Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate sacrifice. Gachagua is the biggest offering that the government of William Samoei Ruto would lay on the altar of political stability. Ladies and gentlemen, even on those who believe in the Bible, will tell you that during the reign of King Solomon, at the beginning, when he was affirming and establishing his reign and authority, he killed people like Joab. He even killed his brother Adonijah. And remember the people like the priest, the Abiathar. He gave them warning that they deserve death. That was to ensure that his leadership and authority is established strongly. Because if you look around and follow the allegations, the 19 charges that were laid against Rigathi Gachagua, which were the pillars on which the motion of his removal was built, you will come to conclusion that entirely it was a political process. They were neither interested on his defense or the public participation. Because if he were to go with the public participation, most of the areas which this public participation was done, the answer or the feedback was not that pleasant to the parliamentarians, more so who were agitating for the removal of Rigathi Gachagua, because it was said that if Rigathi must go, then Kufa Makanga, Kufa Dereva, they must go in pair as they came into the office. Others were saying that Rigathi should not go, but the president should go. Only few parts or few percentage accepted that indeed Rigathi should go alone. I want to talk about some lessons that we learn as a country from Rigathi's removal. Some are positive and some are negative. If I was to be asked whether I support the impeachment, I will say that it is something that was shoddily done. As much as Constitution allow us and give us the gratitude to do that, it must be done in a manner that satisfy the Constitution and the will of the people of Kenya. And the kind of treatment Gachagua was given could tell you that his case was determined on the onset, and even going to parliament would change nothing. They had decided whether he go or not, that he must just go home. There was no two way about it. It was Gachagua must go. He called a press, which he took 3-hour airtime to explain himself to the country and to the National Assembly, of which some political analysts took as a move to appeal to the public's emotion and sympathy, while others took it positively and said that indeed this man was innocent. As many who say that the best way to defend yourself is to attack the opponent. He attacked the leaders. But during this, he made more problems. He caused more harm than good by that interview, not the press that he called at his official residence in Karen. In fact, the more he spoke after that the bill was the motion was taken to the parliament, or even the inception when he heard about this idea of impeachment motion, he went public, and the public outburst that he made caused him more harm than good. But it was not the right time to remove him. But it was also the right time to President William Ruto, as he was urged by majority leader in the National Assembly. Remember the famous say, Mr. President, shake off the snake. This was the snake he was referring to on that day. And with the help of the parliament, President William Ruto has managed to shake Gachagua out. Will he survive the Senate? I am worried, and I pray he survived. But I fear he will not, because we've seen this happening. You remember during the second term, he took the view that the only way to govern and to cut into sizes the power of the then Deputy President William Ruto was to remove the position of power his close allies, the likes of Aden Duale, who was then the majority leader in the National Assembly, was impeached. Kithure Kindiki, who was the Deputy Speaker in the Senate, was impeached. The majority leader in the Senate, Kipchumba Murkomen, was removed from those positions. And even we remember how Irungu Kangata was elected, and later on it was realized that it was Ruto's sympathizers, and what he went through will be talked about later. So the president had everything that it takes to remove you from power. So if at all Ruto wanted Gachagua out, Gachagua will not survive. But do you think the impeachment will make him stronger or weaker, politically speaking? Only time will tell. But I tell you, those two options are possible. He can be either stronger, owing to the fact that now he has been given liberty to go out there and to mobilize and to campaign to be Mount Kenya kingpin. He will go out to his people and to cry to them as Ruto did after he was humiliated and ashamed during President Uhuru Kenyatta's second time when Raila Odinga came on board. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a process which will dent President William Ruto's 2027 presidential campaign and will injure his energy to ascend to power in second term. Because at the moment, people, or the general view out there, is that Ruto has failed them and they would wanted Ruto out of office. But since Ruto has used his power to manipulate leaders and members of parliament to impeach Rigathi Gachagua has been sacrificed in the altar of political stability on William Ruto. But at the same time, he has become a messiah to his political followers, to his political sympathizers, those who believe in his style of leadership. They will see him as a hero. They will receive him after he has been sent home. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a process that we are still going to give it time, because everything is possible. We've seen even governors who their deputies were impeached by the help of them, and how they choreographed the whole exercise. And when the impeachment failed in the last stage, they were sent back to work into their counties. But even up to now, they can't see eye to eye with the governors. They can't be delegated any other duty. They can't be invited to attend the cabinet meeting in the county level. So I hope that that should not be the case at the national level. Rigathi Gachagua must accept to go home if at all Ruto doesn't want him to serve in his government, because as much as people may argue that he was elected, Rigathi Gachagua was not elected. This is the time that now he must go out there, as Ruto did, to test his power and to test his political muscles against the well-organized, well-financed, well-oiled President Ruto's campaign team come 2027. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking your time. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel, because that is the only way to support the MJR moving forward. Because if it was not you, this YouTube channel would have not been where it is at the moment. Thank you, and may God bless you.